Skip it up and that up. So hey, you're getting a little bonus video today. What's going on, guys? Rich, Review Tech USA, and I'm running on adrenaline, anger, and an erection. If you are a fan of my Facebook page, you would have heard that quote before. I strongly suggest you become a fan of my Facebook page because it'll let you know what's going on with me when I'm posting videos. I have discussions on there. I talk to people about things. I let you know what's going on with my channel so you can keep up to date easier. I'll have a link below in the description to the Review Tech USA Facebook page. But anyway, the reason why I want to talk about this is why I like my Facebook page. There is an amazing YouTuber out there that I have to plug. And there's a bunch of people, I mean, I'm cool with them, but there's a bunch of other people I'm cool with too, and I wouldn't plug their YouTube page. Sorry, guys. No offense. His name is lawnboyspost1975. I'll have a link to his channel below in the description. I love his channel. Very straightforward vlog gaming channel. I mean, he'll talk about topics. He points, the camera at the screen. It's not like uber production value, but he doesn't need it. He's very down to earth, very straightforward. It's a very laid back adult gaming channel, and you don't get many of those on YouTube, to be honest, even when adults are running the channel. So anyway, he asked a question. You're going to hear my mouse click for a second. Let me look on there. He asked a question on my Facebook page. Do you ever think that while progression is natural and understandable, was there a point or time where home gaming was just about perfect and had no need to get any better? And I saw that question when he first posted it, which was, it says yesterday, but I think it was a couple days ago. And I was driving today, and I was like, holy shit, that's a really good idea to talk about. And I actually responded back. And yeah, Lawn Boys Post, I know his real name, but I'm not going to put it out there. I do. And it was funny because I think it happened in now the previous generation, the 7th generation of consoles. I remember like in 2007. Okay, this is the year that we got BioShock. This is the year that we got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. This is the year that we got Halo and all this different stuff. And it was the perfect, think back to BioShock. Let's start with that. Okay, you have this game that's single player only, amazing gameplay, phenomenal story. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it was one of those mind-blowing experiences. Then you get Halo, which in the beginning I thought Halo was overhyped, but looking back, that had some of the best, Halo 3 I should say, launched in September 2007, had some of the best multiplayer out there. I used to bitch about Halo, but I know I admitted recently that I really enjoy Halo. And then you get, this is going to sound shocking, you get Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And at the time, people were blown away by that. I wasn't, Call of Duty grew on me later, which is strange, but it really was the pinnacle of multiplayer gaming. And like I always tell you guys, I went on a gaming hiatus for a while. And when I got back into it, I was getting back when all these big revolutions were going on. The HD revolution, the multiplayer, online multiplayer. I mean, they had it in the previous generation, but it was nowhere near what it was in the 7th generation when it came to online multiplayer. And to see Call of Duty come around, to play Halo online, and all these different things, it was like, damn, this is like perfect. The gaming industry was killing it back then. I mean, I remember news reports coming out and saying that they don't see the gaming industry is recession proof and all this. And I was like, damn, man, this is fantastic. These online experiences are great. But it also caused what made things decline a little bit. It was when Call of Duty 4 came out. This is part of what I have to talk about. Then I'm going to talk about something different. When Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original one, came out, it changed everything, but it also changed everything for the worst. And what I mean by that is everyone wanted to be Modern Warfare. Everyone wanted to be Call of Duty because that's where the cash cow was. I mean, Capcom, for Christ's sake, turned all of their franchises into mindless action franchises to try to get that Call of Duty money. You had other first-person shooters coming out there that were shameless, straight-up knockoffs of Call of Duty. And it almost felt like when Call of Duty really hit that pinnacle, I don't know if you would say the original Modern Warfare was the pinnacle, but when it really hit its stride and all that success came around, is when you started to see, really started to see companies just focusing on making a Call of Duty clone or a AAA game, and you saw the originality really start to fade. It's always been about the dollar, don't get me wrong, but it was when Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out is when you saw games all trying to really do the same damn thing. Obviously you could say back in the day everyone tried to make Pac-Man clones and so on and so forth, but I just remember it just felt like everyone was trying to come out with their own game that could topple Call of Duty and have as many people playing online so they could make that money. And that was one thing. Okay, you really felt like a lot of generic shooters, more so than ever. It's always happened, but more so than ever started coming out after Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But gaming was still killing it then. I, along with many other people, did not thought the gaming industry could do no wrong. Okay. Then in spring of 2008, we got Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar, what they did is they came out with the DLC for Grand Theft Auto 4, the Ballad of Gay Tony, and this is all coming off the top of my head. I can't think of the other one right now. And I was like, oh man, I wasn't a big fan of Grand Theft Auto 4. Honestly, my personal opinion, I think it was an overhyped game. I played it for a good amount of time, but it just kind of bored me. But when they came out with the DLC, it was like the perfect time to come out with the DLC. Because, it was a while after the game came out, and here I'm thinking, oh man, DLC is a great idea. Because that was the first time I really paid attention to DLC. And I was like, man, DLC is a fantastic idea. It gives people more of the game they want. And the DLC, obviously, for Grand Theft Auto 4 did very well. Well, of course, because it did very well, just like Call of Duty did very well with the online multiplayer, everyone wanted to cash in on DLC. And DLC went from adding value to a game, to DLC turning into something that diminished the value of the game unless you got the DLC, and then consumers were forced to purchase DLC. Look at what Capcom did. They had on-disc DLC, where you already had the content on your Blu-ray or your DVD, depending on which 7th gen console you had, and they wanted you to pay to unlock it. And their excuse was, we had to polish up the code more. That's ridiculous. So what happened was DLC went from something that added value to a game you had, where you could get more of what you want, to where if you didn't get the DLC and spend more than the $60 on the game, it restricted you. Everyone goes around saying, well, you just don't have to buy it. If you have, a multiplayer game, whether it be Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever, Killzone, whatever, if you have a multiplayer game and your friends bought all the DLC and you didn't, okay, you're not enjoying, the game is going to be GIMP for you. The game is going to be absolutely GIMP for you, and don't tell me that it's not. It drives me insane and makes me very angry, all right, when I go to a store and you go to GameSpot, listen to me, I'm running on no sleep literally right now, GameStop, and you're already spending $60 on a game. And then on top of it, get the DLC season pass for $49.99 or $39 or whatever. So I'm like, let me get this straight. To get the full experience of this game, because when you're offering me this DLC, these season passes, you're telling me that I don't have the full experience with the $60. You're telling me I have to spend sometimes over like $100 or $120 to get the entire game the way the developer meant for it to be played. I was just watching that Granted, it's a piece of turd shit and I'm never going to buy it, but I was watching Adam Sessler's review on Rise, Son of Rome on my, which I was debating getting for the broken Xbox One that's sitting next to me. And they have microtransactions in it. So Crytek and Microsoft, let me get this straight. For your bullshit game, it's a launch game. So that obviously means I just spent $500 before tax on your console. I bought your $60 game. And on top of it, you want me to spend money on microtransactions? If you add tax to that, you're looking over $600. That's not adding value. That's you, once again, taking away value and forcing me to give you more money to get the game, to get the experience that the developer really wanted you to get. And that's a dirty trick, man. So the point of this video for let me talk to lawnboyspost1975, trying to speak English here, folks. Remember, no sleep. Is that period of gaming, I would say in like 2007, 2008, was where it felt like, damn, there's so many things coming together right now. And this industry is amazing. I was like excited to be a gamer again because, like I said, I told you I went on a hiatus for a while. And everything was perfect. And then, of course, because human nature, everyone succumbs to greed. It was just when everything was going well, because people wanted more money in their pocket, they screwed it all up. And, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Rich, the 16-bit era was amazing. And I'm like, in which it was. It was fantastic. And so was the 8-bit era. It was fantastic. But a lot of the excitement I get thinking about that was nostalgia. I really put the nostalgia aside, put the hardware aside, and looked at when I saw that question from Lawnboys Post, looked at it objectively, and when did gaming offer us the most? And I felt like that period in 2007, 2008 is when gaming hit its pinnacle. And I hope this generation, I really hope they don't try to nickel and dime people even more, because that's part of the reason why Capcom is in financial dire straits. People got sick of their bullshit. And if companies keep going down this route, I know people are psyched about the new consoles. I know people went to the midnight launches. I know, Sony sold 1 million in a day in the States alone. But you need to give the consumer that freedom. I've talked about this before. I'd love to see us go back to like that 2007, 2008 period where everyone kind of made, even though Call of Duty was out at that time, everyone kind of made their own game. And you had games like BioShock, and DLC was, once again, added value. Didn't hinder you, it added value. We need to go back to that, man, because I'm telling you, look, I'm guilty of buying DLC and season passes too, but eventually the consumer is going to get sick of it. And I still have that sinking feeling that one day we could go into another crash, but hopefully we won't. Let's see what happens. Everything's going well now. Everyone's excited. They have Xbox Ones and PS4s in their home, so enjoy them. I don't see the industry going anywhere anytime soon, but who knows? So thank you, Lawnboys Post 1975, for giving me that question. It was a very interesting one. And leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA. Have a good one. And hopefully my second Xbox One actually works. See you guys later.